Hello there, you're on the Heart of Reddit channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Get your popcorn ready and enjoy. Just one more serving, okay. Background, back on university, I used to work in different hotels as a waiter. It was usually for bigger events, requiring some extra staff. In this particular case, a Scandinavian bank had invited their best salespeople to a trip to Berlin, all drinks included. PS to everyone, never let Scandinavians drink as much as they want to. It might get messy. My table sure was the loudest one. These folks were having the time of their lives. After some eating and drinking, the buffet was roped off, meaning closed, and the higher-ups held some speeches. One man on my table just loved the fruit salad, and would ask me again and again to cross the ropes and get him just one more serving of it. I'm service, so I serve, all good. On the fourth or fifth trip, the head waiter of the night stopped me. He said, "This is the last time you're bringing food to your table. We got our rules here, and I expect your guests and you to comply. So, this one last time, I crossed the rope." As I was ordered to not go again, I did not fill up the small bowl. Instead, I picked up the giant bowl, containing quite some pounds of fruit salad. Had to be carried with two hands. I put the smallest coffee spoon I could find on top, and brought it to my table. The dear drunk Scandinavians thought this was hilarious. Everybody laughed and enjoyed themselves. But the head waiter was not amused. He fired me right there in front of them. Fine for me. It was just some job, and my credo for service work is, guests always come first. As I said goodbye to my table, they slipped me a fat €100 tip, because they felt bad for me, and I got paid for the full night too. You want to present my ideas as your own, then don't be surprised if I hold out on ya. A few years ago, I had an absolutely awful manager, who was a micromanaging idiot. At one point, both he and I were going to attend a meeting with the sales team, to run down what we thought our product did better than our main competitor. A few days before that meeting, he emailed me and point blank asked me to tell him all the ways in which our product was better, so that he could present them as his own research. Well, I had worked hard on assembling my presentation, and I wasn't giving it all up that easily, so I replied with a few little wisps of information, some freebies. Made it seem like I hadn't given the matter that much thought. The day of the meeting arrives and he presented this information proudly to the sales team. The big boss asked if anyone had anything else to add, and I casually said yes and delivered a lengthy, in-depth presentation that was very enthusiastically received by the team. The manager's jaw dropped. He was stunned. He realized he'd been played, but he knew he couldn't complain or discipline me, without admitting he had tried to steal all my ideas. For a myriad of reasons, he was fired a few months later. If you can drive it onto the lot, I'll double the trade in value. Years ago when I was young, and drove shitty cars, there was a used lot that was doing a push-pull or drag trade-in event. If you're not familiar with this, it essentially means no matter how shitty your car is, they will take it, and give you a decent trade-in value for one of their cars. I call and tell the guy my current truck is pretty rough shape, like it overheats after a quarter mile, and isn't really drivable, and ask if they'll still do a trade-in if I have to have it towed there. The guy says yeah, we'll do a minimum of $1,000 on anything even if it is towed there, but if I can drive it onto the lot they'll give me $2,500 minimum. Now keep in mind I had just bought this Pause a few weeks prior for $800, so even the $1,000 trade-in is a win for me. But he gave me an idea. My insurance included limited roadside assistance, including free towing for up to 50 miles. So, I call the tow truck, and have the tow my truck, and drop it off a block away from the car dealership, just out of sight from the lot. Once it was dropped, it took a few tries to start it, but it fired up and I limped that piece of garbage onto the lot and parked it right in the front row. I knew they saw me drive it onto the lot. It literally died as it coasted into the parking spot. The dealer at first wanted to back out since the truck wouldn't start again, and was going to have to be towed out of that spot. But I reminded him of our conversation, and him saying if I can drive it onto the lot he would give me the $2,500 trade in value. So I got $2,500 worth of trade in value on a Pause $800 truck that was literally undrivable because the dealer apparently forgot tow trucks can drop a car anywhere you want them to.